This is our second ClassDojo video. Now I'm going to go through all of the points inside ClassDojo. First, I'm going to go into one of my classes. This is my demo class. It only has 4 students. I'm going to start up at the top right-hand side, go across, and then down across the bottom. A lot of it's going to be very simple and straightforward, but I will go through each point anyways. Here is your account settings, where you can change many things, including, again, language and region. Remember, for Chinese teachers, you can change here, and you can change it to Chinese. So here you can edit your profile, change passwords, messaging. Now, messaging is interesting, especially for homeroom teachers. Here is what they call quiet hours. If I turn it on, I can say, I don't want anyone to contact me between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. And on the weekends, I don't want anyone messaging me on Saturdays and Sundays. So this is very helpful, so you can get some time away from parents contacting you all the time. Here in the comments, here is to let parents comment on things. And here's a lot of advanced settings, which I won't go through right now. The next part here is to review reports. And here we have the whole class, and here is a different time setting. So if I set it for all time, this is the whole class, and this is how the class is doing. But say we want only to look at Duncan's file, or Duncan's mother or father wants to look at it. Duncan's mother or father can go and click on Duncan. They cannot click on any others. They cannot click on these or the whole class. They can only see their own child's. So here they will be able to see it like this, and they will be able to see where they've done well and what improvements that they need. Also, when they go down here, they can actually see here when something happened. So you can see it here and click on it. Oops. Oh, sorry, wrong. And they can see what has been happening and even go to the next page. So it's got a complete listing, and it even shows when. Here, it shows it happened January 30th, 2018. And even by the teacher. Okay? Here, you can view a spreadsheet. It will actually open an Excel spreadsheet and do it. Or here, you can print this out and send it to the parents. Here in the settings, here, you can edit your class, the picture for each class. So I can change it to an art or to a book. You can change the class name, and you can change the grades of each class. In the student area, you can change things about the students. Okay? Here, you can contact parents or change a parent's information. Now here in classes, if Duncan moves from 5E class to 5G class, you can actually change his classroom here. You can remove the student from this class and put him into another class. Here in the parents section, here, you can take home printouts to give to the parents. Here in the skills section, now this is an important section in your skills, but I'll go through this later. And here you can invite other teachers, and on this side we'll list the teachers that are in the school, and you can click on a teacher, invite them to this specific class if they are a teacher that works with you. Also here, you can change things about the display in that. This is something you might look at. You can change their avatars, making them smaller or larger avatars, and change anything else. Here is the messaging. This is very important because here I can talk to an individual parent and send a message to that parent. Here I can send messages to all the parents, and here I have a couple of sample messages. And when I send a message to the parents, their parents get a ding on their email, and they will take a look at it. Here's another part called the story section, where I can take pictures, videos, and other things, put them up here, and then talk about what's going on. Like, for instance, here, where the kids were doing the plant life cycles. Or here, when they were up on the 5th floor, when they brought in the owls. You can post these pictures up and the parents will see the pictures. The portfolio is a new thing, but it doesn't pertain so much to our school because the students are not allowed to use their cell phones in class right now. So now I'm going back to the classroom. Now we're going to go look across the bottom at this point. Here is what they call a toolkit, which has different kinds of tools like a timer, and I can set different times. A random chooser, I'll show you that because it's at the bottom. A group maker, where I can make a group, how many students per group, I'll say 2 students per group, and it creates the groups for me. So that way you won't have students complaining. Here is a little noise meter. And when you turn this on, it actually shows how quiet the classroom is. There you could see it was quiet, and now it's noisy again in the classroom. So you can actually move it like this. So that way it's less activity when they talk, or like this, so that way any noise will jump the bars all the way up. This directions is where you can actually type things in and have the students follow the directions without you having to repeat them again and again to the students as they come into the classroom. You can just have this showing up there. And there's a few other things. These are not very important. This is just a little music thing where you can play music for the kids. And here it shows the date, which is not very important. Here, attendance is where I take the attendance of the class. And here, if he's absent or late, I can mark it here. Then I save my attendance. Here, I want to select more than one student. And here I select here and I say Duncan and Liam. Here, give feedback. Duncan and Liam are participating in class. So I can select multiples and I select whoever I want. If I want to select 3 people, I select these 3 and say that they spoke English well. Here's a random chooser if I want a student to ask a question. I click here and I ask, okay, Liam, answer this question. If Leon answers the question well, I give him a point for participating. Here is a timer that I showed you before. The big ideas is little cartoons that they show. They're CLassDojo cartoons. Here is called student accounts. This is only if you're going to allow the students to use cell phones in the classroom, and then you can use the portfolios where the students will take pictures or show the work that they did in the classroom, take a picture of something that they did and post it up for everyone to see. And here, invite parents was on the first video that I showed, and here it shows the parents here. And you can see for Duncan, it's his dad. For Liam, it's both parents are connected. And then these 2 CLassDojos connected. Now the next part I'm going to do is go to the skills. Oops. And here in the skills, I have positive and negative skills. So here are my positive skills. I've got helping students, homework, and everything. If I want to add a new skill, so I say the new skill is being quiet. And I say it's worth 2 points. But here I want to change the picture. So I show here that the student is very good. And I save it. Here in the needs work, I look at these here. Also ones that are already up there, playing in class. Right now you can see it's 1 point, but I think, no, if they're going to play in class, I'm going to take 3 points. And then I save it. I can also import a list that I've made before. So if I do a list in 2K and I want to share it with all my classes, I import the list from 2K there, and there's my 2K list, and it's already set. That way, every class that I do, I can just import the list from each individual class instead of creating each one individually. So it works better. So that's basically everything here. If there's any questions on it or you want to know more information, just contact me at any time.